2, episode 227.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy. Welcome back if you've watched the show before, and if you're checking us out for the first time, thanks for stopping by.
Knit along, crochet along. Sorry. We have hats this month? 2 months? 2 months.
I think we're doing until the end of December.
Oh, yeah?
I thought we were.
I thought we were doing November and taking December off.
Oh, wait, October. Oh, it's October, November. That's right. October, November. So we'll end the last day of November.
Yes. We'll draw the first time we record in December.
Can be any hats.
Small or large, color work or no color work.
Whatever you want.
Worsted, acrylic, cotton, or fingering weight.
Yep. Ornaments that are hats, whatever you do, as long as it's a hat,
I never
you can
thought
count
about
it.
ornaments.
And it just has to be started sometime in October. It has to be finished sometime in October and November. You can go and find an old hat that you were working on before and just finish it, and that still counts towards our contest. And we will draw a winner the first time we record after the last day of November.
Sounds good. And I may actually follow through, and here comes our local visit from Oscar.
Oh, I thought he was done visiting.
I thought he was too. He was in my face earlier, so I thought we were getting that done and over with early, but apparently not.
Apparently not.
And,
So, hopefully not.
Yeah, you got hair all over your face.
So we also are running a contest this week. We were given a new pattern by Jennifer Lassonde, who you might know as Boston Jen from Down Cellar
Studio. Yeah.
Down Cellar Studio podcast.
Or is it Downtown Cellar?
No, it's down.
She also is running the DCS Pigskin Party.
Yes.
Down
Cellar. I think it's the Down Cellar podcast.
I think it is.
I always get the name wrong, but I think that she has done a new. You look that up. She has done a new pattern called View from the Charles. Half of it is a garter stitch, and half of it is a textured shawl with multiple textures. If you look at the pattern, she does
You're a nudge.
eyelet mesh, dropped stitches, diagonal eyelet, stockinette, and seed stitch to make the textured part of the shawl. And it has a loop I'll show you it has a loop that helps you wear it. Like a
little keyhole.
A keyhole to pull the end in, and you wear it with a steep point like this. And she has a fingering weight version and a DK version. I will show you the DK version. The DK version is this one.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It's a very well written pattern, lots of detail. She gives you the finished size for blocking, and she lays out the instructions for each section of the shawl very carefully so that you can follow along as you go, because it's quite a number of different things in the textured side of the shawl. So. And add the keyhole. The keyhole is optional. She tells you how to avoid the keyhole if you don't want to add it, and how to add it if you want it to use it. So we will ask you to tell us what yarn you would use to make this. And in 2 weeks, we will draw a winner. I'll put a contest thread up when I post this.
You're seriously killing my knitting mojo there, buddy.
He just wants to be on camera. He's like a camera whore.
He is.
You just think you're the king of the show.
I just love the fact that it's right here.
Yeah, I know. He wants to sit back. It's because he wants you to pay attention to him.
Yeah,
I've been paying attention to him all day.
Oh,
so.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
it's always like either that or he knows I'm allergic to him. Let's make her suffer.
No, it's like he's had his attention from me. Now
doesn't
you're
want
a new
you
victim.
now. Oh, I
well,
see.
no, I mean, you have to pay your respects to him if you're going to be in this house.
I got to pay the tax, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will draw for that in 2 weeks. So that would be on episode 229. We will pick one winner from the thread, and Jen has kindly agreed to give you a copy of her pattern. So that's nice. On the dance card,
Thank you.
I think it is your turn to go first. Because I think I went first when we were in Maine.
Right now I have a tiny bit of a toe going on. I am doing a sock, and I'm going to show you this lovely colorway that we had specially dyed for us for our Rhinebeck trip for all the lovely ladies that were going. It's turtle pearl yarn. Ooh, that actually looks really good. It's self-striping with 8 colors.
Yes, because we had 8 friends originally
Planning on joining. So right now I just got the toe. What I like about this, and I didn't know it until we got the yarn, is that she cuts it in such a way that you start the colors at the same location.
Yeah, I think mine's off by like 1 row, and that probably has to do with the leader on mine.
Right. I think mine might be off that way too. So this is what I got so far. It's royal blue. I'm not good with
it's
colors.
royal blue.
Royal blue into a periwinkle. Wow.
It's more of a purple, light
purple, lavender. No,
like a
not
gray
even,
purple.
Yeah. So far. So it's just the toe. Pardon my bright orange Band-Aid. So right now I got that. That's all I got right now. That's it. That's all I have actively on the needles because I just want to get these done.
This is like the boringest show that ever bored because I have a sock out of the same pattern, same yarn on my needles, and this is the only thing I have.
But you got more to show.
Yeah, I'm doing the geek sock pattern from Knitty, and it is by, I wrote it down, Way Long. Way spelled W-E-I, but Way Long. That's who it is. So it's Way Long pattern. And
a Way S Long. I thought you said A-S-S. I'm like,
no.
What kind of name is that?
No, it's Way W-E-I-S period long. Way Long.
I know, but my hearing isn't good. I'm like,
I guess it isn't. So I am about to start the blue that Sheila is doing, and I actually have to go back a few stitches. This pattern is so easy. I will definitely use this. Thank you to Leanne, who's, I don't know her Ravelry username. It's Leanne and some numbers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Tara and some numbers. She is the one that put me onto this, and it's a free pattern, which I love. And all you do is once you get into the striping, you wait until the color starts, and then you start doing this 2-row slip stitch pattern that makes it look like, I don't know, little floweries, or I don't know. It makes it look bumpy like that.
A lot more complicated than it is.
Yeah, because it's not. It's so easy. And you start it wherever the color starts. So, for example, my navy blue is starting to come in right here. So I'm probably going to slip. I try to make mine line up, but you don't even have to do that. Some people don't line up the pattern and they just do their slips. They start the pattern wherever. It looks nice either way.
Yeah.
And I have to rip this out because once again I did it all the way around. I did this on the other sock.
No.
I did it on the sole. Actually, in the pattern, it looks like the person who designed it did it on the sole, but I don't want these slip bumps on the sole of my sock, so I just realized I was doing that.
At least you weren't this far in
last time I was almost up to the heel when I noticed it. At least this time I only have to rip it back until the green. Same thing as Sheila, different pattern. So you can see this is what the rest of the yarn looks like.
I feel bad that you're going to rip it out again.
I don't mind. I did most of that. I did all of that today, as a matter of fact. So, and that's all I have actively on the needles. So, rate your date.
Rate your date. Actually, going back to onion. No, I won't even bother. Rate my date. I finally finished my commission knitting. And, you know, I'm kind of sad because these really did come out nice, and I like the color. It's just a plain vanilla sock. Patton's Croy, Rose Marl, I believe it's the colorway, with the gray, a gray heel. I smell lavender. It's going to be the candle. I really like the colorway, but I'm not going to be knitting it for me anytime soon. And these are really sturdy socks.
Yeah.
And they're a little long. I made them maybe about a half an inch longer than the foot. I was supposed to bring them with me yesterday to give them to her. Yeah. I forgot. I've been dragging my tail out of bed lately. So I just have this as the finished project, my commission knitting. And then I have a project half done of the sock that I just showed you. Turtle, Pearl, and I think we called it Super Friends.
Yeah, Super Friends colorway.
So what I did on this, I like mindless socks, and I don't mind vanilla, but I like a little bit of fun with it. So what I did is the Rye sock by Tin Can Knits. I just cut her pattern that she's got the garter stitch in the front. I just did it. I cut it. Can't talk. 10 stitches. I did 10 stitches in garter stitch just across the top of the foot and the cuff, just to give it a little bit of interest. And I like it because it kind of shows the different colors and how they interact in the garter stitch.
Yeah.
So I like it, and that's that's it.
So for rate my date, I finished this sweater. This is my Waking Tide sweater. I finished it the Monday before Rhinebeck. I put it in my pattern page because I made a lot of modifications on it. The yarn is Diabolical Superwash Worsted in the Polar Vortex colorway, and I have to say it's wearing very nicely. There's not a lot of pilling. I've worn it constance since
and by now you would have seen some right up here, and there is it's very
really
nice.
Holding up well. I've worn it constantly since I finished it. It's very warm.
Lift your arm up again. Wow, that seaming came up. Do you seam or do you pick up?
I seam.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
45 years of experience, my friend. This ain't my first time at the rodeo. So anyway, what I did differently with this, first of all, my gauge did not match. So despite the fact that my measurements would suggest I should knit an extra large of her pattern, I knit a medium because I measured my gauge, and my gauge with that number of stitches gave me what I wanted, and I'm really happy with the fit. I did not make it super large because when you're big, you don't need extra cloth. Then when I got up to the armpits, I adjusted this pattern. Well, first of all, I did decreases differently. She had the decreases in the middle, and they were like evenly spaced. So there would have been a decrease right in the middle, right before this started. So it'd been right here. I did them under the arms, so I wouldn't have those right in the middle.
As a focal point, yeah.
Right. I don't think it would have been that noticeable, but I didn't want it there. So I did, when you start this pattern, you need to decrease by 6 stitches, which I'm just going to say it. I don't understand why that would ever happen. 6 stitches isn't a lot of stitches why not just make the sleeve and the body like each a couple of stitches less? I don't really understand why that happened. Like, she could have made 2 stitches less on each of the sleeves and 2 stitches less on the body. 2 stitches is not a lot of size, and then you wouldn't have had to make these decreases. But I did them all on the sleeves and the arms so that it would be hidden.
So 3 on this side, 3 on the other?
I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So
right.
I didn't do them in the body because I didn't want them showing. So then you'd knit this. When I knit this, I moved the pattern over by 6 stitches so that this center line matched up with my center of my sweater. I don't know why it was off by 6 stitches. It's an odd number of stitches. So it seems, I think it might be a mistake in the pattern. Other people have noticed it, and I wanted that to be centered, so I did. Then when I got up to here, one of the things I noticed with the pattern is she did a really rapid decrease to get from this number of stitches to her neckline. So I think she did 2 rapid decreases and then the neckline. I didn't want that look. It looked kind of bunchy to me. I wanted to have a smoother yoke, and I did not want a wide neckline. And I saw somebody at Rhinebeck who it was a very open boat neckline. I don't like that kind of neckline.
She was wearing a tank top underneath, which, fine, obviously certain sweaters you definitely wear it, but you could see the tank top, and that kind of
she said she was wondering how she could fix that, and so I gave her some tips on what I did. What I did is I used I can't remember. It's
Meg Swanson.
Meg Swanson. It's Elizabeth Zimmerman's daughter. Elizabeth Zimmerman has a formula for how she does decreases in a round yoke like this. Meg Swanson does her decreases less rapidly. I think she does 5 decreases, decrease rows total. So I worked out using Meg Swanson's formula. I did 1/5 of the stitches I decreased on the first one, 1/4 of the remaining stitches on the next one, 1/3 of the remaining stitches on the next one, and then I think the last one I was supposed to do 1/2, but I wanted the neck. Because I'm not actually following the pattern, I did the neck size the way that I wanted to, and it wasn't half of the stitches. So I can't remember. I didn't write down what I think it might have been. I might have decreased by 1/3 again. I wanted a crew neck. I didn't want a boat neck, and I didn't want it to be too tight. So I did whatever worked out for me. And then once I had done those decreases, I went online and I got a general idea of how they do the back to make the back of the neck a little bit higher so it sits right. So I just went back and forth, I think 3 or 4 times until I made it to halfway around, so that I made like a little half. It's like I started in the middle, went over until I reached the side points, the midsection of my neck, and then I knit the trim on it, and that makes it sit better.
Yeah, it does.
Because the back of the neck is higher, because in a normal clothing it's better to have that. And that's all I did. I wrote down the numbers that I did have in my project page. I just kind of eyeballed the neck. I knew I had to do about 5.5 inches from here to where I wanted the collar to start. And I had worked out to make even decreases, but I kind of it just kind of worked out that I did less and less each time. I just eyeballed it. It's kind of hard to explain. I just kept looking at it and going, yeah, I could do another decrease here. And I really liked the way that it came out. So I'm very happy with it. I'm glad that I made the changes. And I ended up, after all that concern, having almost a whole skein of yarn left over. So this only took 6 skeins of diabalco. I ordered 7. And
okay,
I ordered 2 more. I have 2 more. No, I ordered 7 to begin with. I thought I had ordered 8. I ordered 7. I only needed 6 and a small part of the 7th skein. So I have almost a whole skein left. But because I was panicking, I ordered 2 more skeins. So now I have a partial skein left and then 2 full skeins, which I will use for some other project.
Yeah, it's gorgeous yarn.
Yeah, it is gorgeous yarn. I'm very happy with this yarn. Like I said, I think it wears like iron, because I've worn this every day since Rhinebeck. Because it's a great sweater to just throw on if you're going to go outside.
Right.
I didn't wear it yesterday because it was too warm, but yeah. I've worn it like every day. So I highly recommend the yarn. The pattern, I think that if you want to get it the way that you want it, you really need to make some adjustments. But I don't know, maybe she'll update it or something. I personally feel like those decreases were too rapid, and I feel like it's too
This was a paid for pattern
ruched.
as well.
Yes. So if you like the way that the finished projects look with the big neck and the kind of ruching, then this is perfect. And if you don't like that look, you're probably going to have to modify it a little bit. I also do not know how people can get that gauge. There was no way I was ever getting that gauge with worsted weight yarn in my life. So, but it's easy enough to just measure your stitch gauge and go from there. So that's this. I finished my Halloween socks, Dalicanium socks by Dina Stelly in Knitterly Things, Vesper Yarn, Bride of Socktober. 2 socks done. Haven't
Just in
worn them
time,
yet.
too.
Just in time.
Well, a little extra, but.
So those are done. And I have a project half done on my Rhinebeck sock. And so you can see what it looks like. I did do the pattern all the way around on the leg. I waited a little bit higher than I normally do to do it on the back of the heel because I was so used to doing it on the front that I forgot to do it on the back of the heel. But I was like, yeah, I'm not ripping out for that. So
Yeah, but that looks fine.
Yeah, I don't really care. It's good enough for government work. So that's my other project half done, and I think that's it. Yes, sock, a pair of socks, and my
The
sweater.
heel, if I may ask, you just used from the. You just continued, right?
Yeah, I didn't bother to do anything fancy because I'm just not one of those people that wants to mess with knitting out of 2 ends of the skein. That's too fussy for me. So I just roll with it. And I like the way the heel came out.
It looks good.
The colors are different. They're not in the right order, but it continued the pattern. So I basically just, when I got to the end of this color, I started a heel. So, all right, we're going to break here for a second while I take my daughter to ballet. Whirlwind Romance. Nothing. Future dates.
Oh, I see. I always forget about Whirlwind.
It's because I never have anything for it.
Future dates. I want to finish my Jackal and Hyde hat. I have it with me. And the sad part is the only reason I'm not finishing it is because I'm at the mouth where I have to leave open the mouth, and I just haven't figured out how I want to do that yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of more like in denial. It's in the naughty corner. It's in the naughty corner.
You just don't want to deal with it right now.
No, I really don't. But I do need to because it's getting cold, and before you know it, we're going to have snow. The evil S word.
Yeah.
But I also, after I finished the sock, wanted to cast on. We saw a lot of these at Rhinebeck. It's Baubles hat by, who did I say it was by?
I wrote it down. Donna Smith.
By Donna Smith. It was a free pattern that you had to get if you subscribed to a newsletter for a show in September in the UK.
I think it was in March.
I saw something about March, but then I saw something about September and October, so I wasn't sure which it was.
It's a show that has already happened.
Yeah, it was a show that's already happened, and if you look under the pattern name, BAAB-BLE hat by Donna Smith, and maybe you guys have seen it around. This is a free pattern. I'm probably, I'm not really giving away the chart, but I can certainly show less of it. It's almost 800, if not 800 patterns have been made.
Yeah,
and what I love about it is it looks really good in just about any color. Yeah. They have this here so that it looks like green grass or like, a field and a sky. But I've seen it where it's been purple on the bottom.
It's been different colors. Another one I saw where they used some kind of like flecky, variegated yarn for the sheep.
I've
seen
like that,
pink and purple and
yeah. I've seen some where they have pink sheep and all sorts of different color sheep. It's really pretty, and I do color work on occasion. It's not my favorite because again, it's not mindless. and I like mindless, but I think I'm open to another challenge. This would probably be the most color work I did. I mean, it's still only 2 yarns per row, because I think if you get into more than that, that's something else, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, my color work has always been just 2 colored yarns for the whole entire project. So this would be a challenge for me. And I'm looking forward to it. It's something different. It's just a really cute pattern. And so I'm going to do that. And I think if I roll the brim up, because it's got a focal point up here, and I would do the pom-pom.
I think that would work
I think that will make it, I think it will work on me. I didn't know anyone who had made it that I could try on the hat, but I think 864 projects have now been done.
Yeah, a lot of people were wearing it at Rhinebeck, and we really
were.
got a chance to see all the different options.
And it's just really cute.
Yeah.
Different colors. I think it will look really good.
Yeah, I think I have the pattern, and I think I might make one
I like
as
that
well.
one. I like the red.
Yeah, I know. That came out cute. It works with
super cute.
a lot of different
colors.
Ideas. And I know Susan B. Anderson did some modifications that she noted on her project page.
I haven't looked at that yet.
So it's a good idea to look at that before you knit it. I don't know what she did for modifications, but...
Comes out, okay, I see what's her, all right, I see what this one did. Just, I mean, if anyone's ever done color work, you don't want to have the strands going across too much without catching it, and this one looks like, so in this part of the hat, they have the black for the sheep's head right here, but this person, cut it out.
Oh.
Not cut it out, but you know what I mean.
Changed it.
Yeah, so that I think is the only future hat,
Future date
that I have at the moment.
I will probably knit that bobble hat at some point. I have the pattern now. So I'm going to look in my stash and see. I'm sure I have scraps or stuff left over that I can make it out of. I'll have to go through that. But my more immediate date is when we were at Rhinebeck, we went to the trunk show the night before, so Friday night, and there was a yarn vendor there who was selling a cowl pattern called Fall Together. The dyer's name is Amy Lee, and it's really pretty. She sells one set of mini skeins and various color themes, and then you buy one skein of solid yarn. So I don't have that pattern, and I don't really like the whole way that pattern looks, but I was inspired by that, and I found an oak leaf colorwork chart on the October Leaves sock by Mary Henninger. And I'm going to take just the 9-stitch oak leaf section, and I'm going to use that as the theme for my cowl. So I'm just going to kind of make it work. I'm going to make my own thing. The October Leaves sock is free, so I'm just going to use a section from that chart on mine.
And I think when we get to the Baubles and Bling, the colors are going to be absolutely gorgeous.
I have yarn for it, and I'll show you in Baubles and Bling. But those are my 2 future dates, and that's it. So, Baubles and Bling.
I only have... Well, we have a couple Baubles and Blings. I don't know if you bought your stuff.
from Rhinebeck.
From Rhinebeck. So we were at a house of 7 or... Well, 8, yeah. Originally it was supposed to be 8, but...
One of our friends couldn't come.
So we have Baubles and Blings from people there. And I don't know if I have all of it now.
Well, the major one is this. And I like it because we each have a different one. This is my Rhinebeck 2015 bag.
And this is mine.
Mine's drawstring, and hers is zipper. And I love how this came out. The inside is the striped.
And Lois, knitting's my bag, made it to match the yarn, and I think you had some help in this?
Yeah, I helped her pick out.
I think you guys did a fantastic
job.
We
could not find anything that looked good with this, and so we just went for something bright, but after she got it, I'm like, actually, it kind of matches.
It really does.
Sock.
It went really well with it.
It goes pretty well. But yeah, Lois made these, and she made the she had them embroidered so that we could have. That's the memory of Rhinebeck 2015.
So thank you, Lois.
So we had that, and then we each got a Notions pouch in our Super Friend color. Mine is aqua.
Mine was blue.
And we also got
with the colors at the bottom for all the other people.
Yeah, these are our sock colors, and we also got these stitch markers from our friend Leanne, who they have charms on the bottom, and each charm represents somebody's favorite thing in our group.
Yep, and the one with the white bead is our charm that represents us.
Right.
Mine is a mushroom.
And mine is a gnome. It's so cute.
They are so cute.
And on the little hook, she put a New York symbol for Rhinebeck, and there's a 2015 claw marker that you, like a movable stitch marker that you can use to remind us of the year. That was such a cute idea. She did that. She put that together.
It was such a nice idea. I know.
And then we also got some sock stitch markers, much smaller ones, with a leaf marker and a little tag that says Rhinebeck 2015 from our friend Tara. Oh, and I don't have, well, I might have them. I think I took my mitts out of the bag.
I got my mitts, and Suzanne knit us all fingerless mitts.
Yep, from Noro Yarn, and mine are.
And let me tell you,
mine are over on the couch. I'm not.
They
gonna get
came
up
in
again.
handy on Saturday.
Well, I have the
Saturday
ones that
and
you
Sunday.
made me from Christmas. No, for my birthday. My gnome.
Yeah,
ones.
your Nomi ones.
Oh, and we've got a cup of
So this
mug
was
mat.
from Becky, and she made a coordinating
Mug mat with our super friend
name.
because this is what the super friends look like.
And again, it coincides with our bag.
Oh, the super friend is wearing a sheep hat. That's so cute.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
The
I just
super
thought
friend
it was
is wearing a
pigtails.
sheep hat. That's super cute.
It is cute. We were spoiled, and I got a little ornament.
Oh yeah, I gave ornaments. I was gonna make something, but I didn't have time. What with my sweater and everything. I think that's it.
I think that's...
The little stitch marker, the red stitch markers were from Bling Your String, because I have.
Oh yeah.
And I think Leanne sourced those other ones herself, but I'm not sure.
I think it was, yes, she made these.
Yeah, I think
as
she
far
did.
as I know.
So that was nice. We got a nice little souvenir set for
our trip at
our
Rhinebeck.
trip. And I love this little Notions pouch because she put a ring where you can put your stitch markers on, and it also has a clip.
Yes.
So that was sweet of Becky, and I like it because it's in my color.
I love the fact that it's not quilted, but quilted.
And I love that it goes with the bag because it's these colors, so that'll just always be in my Rhinebeck bag.
Yes.
That makes me happy.
Forgot about that.
So yeah, that was something that we all got.
We all got. And then the only thing I bought at Rhinebeck was a skein of Miss Babs Yowza, which is one of the things that I was intentionally going for. So Miss Babs, Miss Babs Yowza is a light worsted weight yarn, 100% superwash merino, and it's super soft. 560 yards, 8 ounces. And this is the Rhinebeck colorway. So she dyed this specifically for Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck 2015.
I'm sorry, yes, 2015, which I just happened to be there at the time. It was funny because we were waiting in line. We got there early. We were waiting in line, and I said, do they have Yowza? And they're like, no, not typically. They don't typically have Yowza. I said, all right. Well, your guys are going over there. I'll just dig through the Yowza. And they said, Sheila, they have it in Yowza. I'm like, grab me one. And I took it with me to look at the other Yowza ones, but I'm like, you know what? This is fine, too. It's a little it's got blues, but I'm not much of a purpley person, but
I like it.
it's out of your comfort zone. I did look at other yarns. I even looked at white birch because that was the other yarn that I wanted to go and look at, but I just couldn't see spending more money for fingering weight that I have some really pretties waiting for me. Oh.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy any more. And I went into Blue Moon and nothing appealed to me. I did not know at the time that they had their own Rhinebeck color,
colorway.
which is probably a good thing.
You would have bought that for sure.
Probably. So I'm okay. So that's all I have for Baubles and Bling.
I don't have very much either. This is probably the least amount of things I've ever bought at Rhinebeck. I wanted white birch too. I'm a big fan of white birch. If you've watched the show, I've knit 2 pairs of socks out of that in fade to black, and Sheila gave me This Is How I Roll. I got
Which
nothing.
I didn't see there, did you?
I didn't see This
No.
Is How I Roll there. I didn't look for... fade to black was there because some people in our group got it.
Right.
This is Nothing Says Screw You Like a Rainbow.
Which is a beautiful color.
This is like the opposite of fade to black. It has a rainbow and it looks like the sky. Fade to black is rainbow and it looks
I
like...
look at your feet.
Well, I'm not wearing
I know
them.
you're not, but I was
wearing This Is How I Roll yesterday.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, those were the ones that I wore yesterday. So I love her yarn and I'm excited to knit this. And then I picked up this one because it reminds me of Sock Monkeys. But it's called You Know Nothing, Jon Snow. And I was telling Sheila it's from a show on Game of Thrones. It's from Game of Thrones. Right. We don't watch that show. I vaguely know who Jon Snow is from like internet memes, but I didn't buy it for the name. I bought it because I really like the colors.
I like the colors too.
I think they're going to be really pretty. So those are the 2 sock yarns. And then I'm just going to show you this, but it's not mine. I bought this for Denise, Mad About Matisse. I was her personal shopper at Rhinebeck, just like she was my personal shopper at SSK. And this is called Release the Kraken, and I think it is so pretty. She previewed all the colors and told me which ones to look for, and I picked one. This was actually, of her list, this was the only one that was there. So I'm going to send that to her. Sorry, I meant to send it yesterday, but sorry, Denise. And then I got, to make my cowl, I've been wanting to get one of these for like 2 years. I keep looking at them. This is a Fiber Optic Yarns Paint Box Gradient set. This is called Autumn Harvest. I wanted to do a fall themed colorway, and I wanted the background to be like the sky. And I got this on sale actually at the Into the World booth. This is Gloucester sock from Into the World in the Lorelei color.
For some reason, I thought that was from Fiber Optic as well.
No, I got this one from actually, I even checked it out with I can't think of her name. I just went right out of my head. Chris. I'm losing it. I actually brought this over to Chris's booth, and she helped me pick out a color that she thought would work. And I think it's unusual for these colors to be together, but orange and blue go really well because they're complementary. So I think it's going to be amazing.
I think it will. I think it's going to help the colors pop.
I think these fall colors are really going to pop, and I think they're going to be pretty
pattern. I can't
with the blue sky. And then that will remind me of Rhinebeck, and that's going to be my colorwork pattern. So those are the things that I bought at Rhinebeck, just 3 skeins of yarn and the mini skeins. And then while I was at Rhinebeck, I ordered some, it's hard to see them. These are birthstone rings from Chloe and Isabel. My friend Denise, Mad About Matisse. Our friend Denise is a distributor of Chloe and Isabel. Is that what you say? I don't know. She has, like, you can, if you follow Mad About Matisse on Instagram, there's a link in her profile to her Chloe and Isabel store. I am not a big jewelry person. I tend to wear, this is a initial necklace of my kids' initials and a little pearl. I wear my stud earrings, and I wear my wedding bands when I'm going somewhere. I don't usually wear them at home because they get caught on stuff. I've been looking for stacking birthstone rings for a long time, and I never found ones that I liked that were a price point that I liked. These are perfect. They are, the birthstones are amethyst ruby, and then I picked opal to stick in the middle because I don't really like purple and red together. I could have done green for my husband, but then that would have been a little too like Mardi Gras or something. So I really like them. They stack really nicely, And I like the low profile of them. I like how thick they are. They look great alone or together, and they were only $46 for 3, which is huge. And so far, they're made out of, one of them is brass and one of them is nickel-free rhodium, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on that. So it's like very good quality costume jewelry. It's, it's crystals. It's not real opals and rubies and everything. But they're perfect. I'm not worried about them getting banged up, which you do when you have stones all the way around. And at that price point, this is the best price point for the best looking rings that I've seen. And I've been looking for like 2 years. And I have to say, when she first showed me the jewelry stuff, I was like, there's nothing in there that I will like. But when I saw she has hers and I tried them on, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. So I'm really happy with them. I like how big that looks. I think it's pretty. My kids think it looks too red, like red, white, and blue, but
I don't see that. I mean, I do and I don't. I think
I
it looks
don't.
nice.
I tried it a bunch of different ways, and I like it with the white in between the two of them. I think it makes the other two stand out more.
I think that's what binds you all together.
The opal? The opal binds us all together.
Well, no, I'm thinking opal as, mom, just, I don't know, white and mom, and then you bind the two together.
I just think they're very pretty. And so Chloe and Isabel, I'll put a link in the show notes to her store in case anyone's interested. I know a couple of people mentioned they really were interested in these when I showed them on Instagram.
It's kind of like an Avon / Tupperware type of deal where Denise is the sales representative. Or...
Right, and she does parties. You can do a party
do an
and
online
stuff.
Party.
Yeah, you can do a party online, but even if you just buy 1 or 2 things, the prices are fairly reasonable.
Yeah, they are.
And for this quality, this is so much nicer than I was looking on Etsy. This is so much nicer than anything that I saw, and I feel like it'll wear really well. Denise has been wearing hers for months, and they look good. So,
and they also have necklaces and bracelets and earrings. The whole.
They have other stuff, which I probably won't buy anything else. Sorry, Denise, but for somebody who's not really into jewelry, this is just perfect for me. Even my husband liked them.
Oh,
I showed him last night, but that was I bought that while I was at Rhinebeck, so it's not really a Rhinebeck thing, but it just came in the mail yesterday, and they come packaged so cute. They come in a little cloth bag with the Chloe and Isabel birds on it, and then they come with a little felt bird tag so that if you wanted to use that on your gift to give to somebody,
all right,
it's really cute packaging. I was impressed. That would make a cute gift to give to somebody. You wouldn't even really need to wrap it. It was very nicely packaged. So that's nice about it too.
Oh, good.
And I ordered them on Saturday. No, I ordered them on Friday night and I got them on Thursday. So less than a week.
Yeah.
That was quick. I don't know when Denise put the order in, but it came very quickly to me. So
good.
Anyway, if you're interested, I'll put the link in the show notes. Crushes and heartbreaks.
Rhinebeck is a big crush. We had a great time. Saw some friends we haven't seen in a year. Saw some friends that were local, which is always fun. And yeah, had a good time. Weather was fall.
It was nice. I thought the weather was pretty nice.
It was nice. I mean, I just wore a
coat.
On
Saturday.
Sunday.
No, Sunday.
I just had my normal coat that I wear. I don't have a sweater. Someday, maybe. And I had my cowl wrapped around my neck and the mitten, the fingerless mitts, and I was nice and toasty. This is probably the first year in a long time that you haven't had to take your sweater off. Yeah, it was cool. On Saturday, I was sweaty with a sweater on, but not so bad that I needed to take it off. Sunday, it was so cold that I went much later than Sheila because I didn't want to get up early. I went with my friend Lois, and we were like a precision strike team. We went in, we went to Miss Babs because Lois wanted to look there. Did she end up getting anything?
The line was way too long. She was like, Miss Babs, you can easily get stuff online from her too. So she's like, right. I'll just order something later. And then we went into the Whirled and that's when I got these on Sunday. So we went and bought this at Fiber Optic, which was right down the row from Miss Babs, and then
it was all in one.
Went back up. It was all in one
building.
thing. And then we went over to Gail's Art because Lois wanted to get some sock yarn she'd seen in a colorway. One of the people that we were in our house with, I can't remember which one, had bought. And we got that. So we were there for like 40 minutes and we were done with our shopping. So then we went and we got cider donuts. And they happened to have a maple cotton candy booth that I didn't even know about, which I needed to get. So while Lois was waiting in line for the donuts, I went and got the cotton candy. So I think we were maybe there for like an hour and 15 minutes. And Lois and I were like, it's freezing. It kept snowing. I'm like, you know what? Let's get lunch and go home. So we did.
Oh, good.
And we took pictures by the big fork.
Fork in the road.
I've always wanted to do. So that was fun. And, yeah, it was a good time. I'm kind of getting tired of Rhinebeck, though, I have to say.
Yeah. I'd have to say that, too.
It's like my 6th or 7th or 8th year going there. It's kind of getting old.
It's nice to see all the people,
yes,
though.
I go to see the people, but I'm kind of getting tired of the festival itself. Like, I could have skipped the whole festival.
You just met up with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first year. We happened to run into some friends, and they mentioned the leaping llama. And we had always seen the llamas in passing. I don't think I knew that they were leaping. Whenever we saw them, I just thought they were part of the show. You know how kids showcase their animals. So I went with some of the other people from the house to see the leaping llamas. It was cute. It was fun. It was them showing how the kids or the handlers handle the llamas. Because the llamas know this. They've been doing it for years. So it's to see how the kids handle the llamas. Some of it was really cute. Some of it was like, all right, whatever. So it was fun. We were inside as much as you can be in a festival. It was a barn. But we were inside while most of the snow was going on.
It snowed so hard for a little while, and this icy wind was just
it was bad. I mean, once the snow passed, it was a bad Sunday. It was a type of Sunday where you want to go home and sit in front of the fire.
Which is what we ended up doing.
Yeah, so we had a good time. The house was huge.
Yeah, it was
huge. So we had a good time. No heartbreaks except for that I had to go back to work. Although for my first day back, I was at an offsite, so it was kind of like gradually easing in to my work week.
So yeah, Rhinebeck, seeing people at Rhinebeck was my crush. My heartbreak is that my niece got really sick right after I got back from Rhinebeck. And so it was very worrying. She's fine now. She had to go to the emergency room. She was in the hospital for a couple of days. That's just scary. They figured out what's wrong with her and it's nothing serious, but, at the time you don't know that. So I think that started on Monday night. No, it was Tuesday night. Tuesday night, she just got out of the hospital on Thursday night. So that was stressful. And there's a lot of stuff I had to take care of at home because I was gone for a good part of 2 weeks. But everything's all getting back to normal now, so that's good. And my niece is going to be just fine, so that's good too. So I played with her today, and she's fine.
Good.
So that's it for crushes and heartbreaks. Gossip and innuendo. The only gossip and innuendo that I have right now is that the New England Fiber Festival is going to take place. It's like the first weekend in November. I can't remember the exact dates, but it's in our show notes. So if you're interested in attending, there's a link to it. I usually go there with my mom and her friend, and we get there when the doors open at 9, and we're out of there by noon because we're like precision strike team. I like the festival. It's small. There are a lot of people I like to talk to, but again, I think a big issue, too, is I've been to a lot of festivals, and I've been to a lot of New England festivals, and this year I've been to a lot of festivals, and after a while, I've seen this stuff 4 or 5 times, and unless there's something like fiber optics, I've bought so much fiber optics, but this is the first time I bought this, so that was, interesting. I knew going in I was going to get this at some point, but I guess I'm just kind of burnt out.
Hi.
And maybe I'll feel differently in the spring when festival season rolls around again, but I think I have to cut down on the number of shows I go to. I'm just kind of tired of it. So, but I will be going to that one because my mother goes with me, and this is the only festival she goes to. So
yeah, that's exciting.
She likes it, so we'll have a nice time. And
is it a weekend thing or is it a day thing?
It's a weekend thing, and it's Saturday and Sunday, I want to say. And it's, I think your kids would enjoy it. They have a couple of little things in there for kids. They have a good food area.
Do they?
Yeah. And every year there's more vendors, so it keeps getting bigger.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
Hi.
It's not that far. It's in Springfield. It's where the Big E is. It's in the same place as the Big E.
No, I just wasn't sure if it was a day event or if it was a weekend
I think
event.
it's a 2-day event. But I'll be going there. I always like to say hi to Stitch by Jessalou. I like to say hi.
Oh, does she vend there or is she in a booth?
She used to vend... I think she's vending there in her own booth now. She used to vend with Amy from Spunky Eclectic. And I can't remember last year if she had her own. I think she had her own booth last year, separate from Spunky Eclectic. Is Into the World there? No. Mad Color Fiber Arts is usually there. Okay. That yarn store and dairy that we like is usually there. The Yarn and Fiber Company usually has a booth there. And they have a lot of local vendors and stuff. So I like to check it out. And like I say, my mom and I are the same. We know what we want to look at and what we don't want to look at. So we skip a lot of stuff. It's like, yeah, seen it. Okay, I'll look at this, So it's interesting. There are a list of vendors on the website, and the link is in the show notes in case you're interested in learning more about it. And is there anything else that we have for Gossip and Innuendo?
I don't think so.
So I think that's it for this week. Hopefully next week there'll be more projects than just the same socks out of the same yarn. We'll see.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. I'm at the same offsite I was this Tuesday, which means more knitting time. It's one of the offsites that I get about 7 patients.
Oh, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but sometimes you can only knit so much too.
Yeah.
I was coming off of a weekend from knitting, and I was like, I'm looking around. What can I do?
I just want to do something different for a
change.
Well,
you know what? Maybe depending on how far I get off on this sock, maybe I'll bring a different project.
Yeah.
Maybe finish my hat. I need to finish my hat. I do.
Oscar just wants this to be his show.
Wants to be loved. Is that so bad? I just want to be loved.
Cat 1, heart 2.
Say hi.
Oh, no, he's done. He knows the show's over.
Yeah, now that I gave him the attention.
See, he just everyone has to, worship him for a few minutes. He's very weird that way.
He's cute. So I guess that's it.
I think so.
Until next week, have a good week and knit with heart.
Bye.